Is this the fourth secret?
This is a real fourth secret. This is a real fourth secret to go nowhere in life, right? The first phase is the tingle phase, where your fingertips tingle. And all of you who are out there in television who do lose, you know this, right? The second thing, okay, is the slur phase, where you start to slur your words, but you don't know that. You think you sound great, right? The third phase is the drool phase, where you're drooling out of the side of your mouth, but you're loving life is just as much. And the fourth phase is unconsciousness, where you pass out and you wake up somewhere you have no idea where you are. Yeah. Like the hangover, right? You know?
Yeah.
That's like, okay, those are the four phases, right? Then there's a fifth phase, which doesn't really hit you open. It's called the movement phase, where you get like you have to move. Now, I was in the movement phase when we got to the boat, and when the captain said we shouldn't go, I was like, absolutely, we have to make the crossing right now. It's 100 miles a day. I said to the captain, can we make it? He's like, well, we can make it. It's going to be rough. I said, can we make it? He goes, we can make it. I said, let's go. He's like, all right, let's go. My wife's like, prances. I'm like, go cut the new tags off your clothes. Come on, go downstairs, right? So we go get on the boat. I go up to the top deck on the fly bridge, and I say to the stewardess, give me one Bloody Mary every 7 minutes till I pass out. Give me one every 6 minutes after that, right? So now, an hour and a half later, I take 4 more ludes. I'm on the top deck, drooling and now on the top deck, and all of a sudden, like 2 hours pass by, and I'm not really tracking time, and I wake up to the feeling of sea spray on my face. Now I'm 50 feet above the water.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? All of a sudden, a giant wave, boom, crashes over me. I fall over, and I get back up. I crawl to the side, grab the crow railing. I look over, I'm like, oh my God, it's like 30-foot waves in the ocean. Like I'd never seen such big waves. I look in back of the boat, and I'm towing a 40-foot dive boat called the Chandler. My daughter's name is Chandler. I had a little boat with the Chandler, right? And it's disappearing and reappearing in these enormous peaks and troughs of the Mediterranean Sea. I crawl down the stairs, I make my way into the main salon, and it's complete and utter bedlam. There's decorative plates like flying like frisbees, statues are falling over, and they're in the middle of my 7 other guests, 6 and my wife, and they're huddled in a circle crying, and I crawl over, and I had no idea what was going on, and she goes, what's wrong? You killed us, we're gonna sing it. She's freaking out, everyone's just going crazy. We go up to the bridge, we see the captain, I'm like, Captain Mark, what's going on? He goes, well, fuck now. He goes, I'll tell you. You did it this time, buddy, Because it's a freak storm, there's going to be 30-foot waves plus, and it's only getting worse. All right, so I turned to my friend Rob, who was crazy as me. I said, Rob, you have any coke on? He goes, yeah, I got right here. Come on, because
this is part of managing your state prior to learning how to do it naturally, right?
This is
state management through chemicals.
This is it, right? It's like the good, the bad, and the extraordinary in my life, right? So anyway. This I do tell in my longer seminars. I need to kill a little time and change people's state. If I see people yawning, I'm like, all right, story time.
Everyone's supposed to learn, right? Oh, so you don't just hand out ludes and coke, right?
Give the stories.
The story change the state, right?
So anyway, you know some NLP, right? Here you go. Get them back to the moment, right? So anyway, now we're like an hour up on the bridge just watching, and you can't imagine how rough it is. I mean, it's like the boat is like a thimble. The waves are so powerful, and all of a sudden the captain's like, shit, rogue wave. We're like, what's a rogue wave? Rogue wave! It's like a 50-foot wall of water comes at us. We start climbing up the face of this wave, up and up like the perfect storm, and bam, lights out. We flip over, okay? It takes us about 30 seconds. The boat rights itself, okay? We try to get up, and we're like, what happened? What happened? There's one engine running now, and all of a sudden a mate comes up. He goes, we just lost the front porthole. It gave way. We're going down by the head. And the boat starts sinking.
And this is 170.
It was Coco Chanel's boat. In fact, I had a helicopter on the boat, I had a seaplane on the boat.
I think we have a picture of the boat.
Yeah, you have a boat up here or no?
It should be coming up.
So I could have had slides up here. See, a slide of a baby and a clock and a family.
Unfortunately, the only one we could find was really bad. It was a very small image. But so that's a helicopter.
That's a helicopter.
That's a helicopter. A seaplane?
Yeah.
Hang on, a helicopter and a seaplane.
Seaplane in back of it. And isn't it funny how this whole thing with slides you do? So anyway, it's very ironic. That's the boat. Not a really good picture of the boat, but these are.
That was the only one we could find.
This is like jet skis and whatever.
Yep.
Okay. So anyway, we're going down. The captain's like, Mayday, Mayday, right? They send out a helicopter from the Italian Coast Guard, right? And I think I love Italian people, but I don't know if you want to be rescued by them. I think maybe the Germans would make better rescuers. You figure, right? They're very precise and stuff, right? I'm married to an Italian girl, two Italian, whatever. Okay?
You're not really helping the cause there.
No.
Anyway.
Okay, so anyway, try to increase relations with the other countries. Okay, so anyway, they bring out the chopper. They try to lower down a basket. It's going 100 feet this way, 100 feet that. No, not happening. All right. Finally, after 3 hours, they pull away. We're stuck again. Now, meanwhile, in front of us are giant oil tankers. They're boxing us in because we're sinking. So the law of the sea is when you are sinking, everyone tries to help. So we have this tanker in front, tankers on the side, right? Finally, 6 hours later, we get a call. They're sending out the Italian Navy SEALs. Now, this is serious. We all have to go up to the top of the deck, right? And they're going to wait, they're going to come rescue us. We see this giant double-bladed Chinook helicopter coming at us, painted military green. The captain goes, I just got word. We have to push the helicopter off the top of the deck to make room because they're going to land the commando. I'm like, you're shitting me. He's like, no. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So we actually took a video. Like, hey, we're pushing the helicopter off the top of the deck, right? So we had one.
I love your priorities because you got the. Let's take a video
of it. Priorities in a second. Priorities is I'm going to give you a lesson in priorities in the wrong priorities in a second, right? 1, 2, 3. We push the helicopter over the side of the boat, okay?
Yeah.
And we're watching it go down. It's like, I'm really amazing. Then the captain turns to us. We're all 18 of us. It was 11. It was 11 crew. It was 19 altogether, right? He's like, here's the thing. We can only take what we can carry. So I had like $250,000 in cash on the boat. I had artwork. I had jewelry. I turned to my friend Rob. I said, you got the drugs, right? He's like, no, I thought you had the drugs. I'm like, no. I said, Rob, you got to go downstairs. He goes, I'll get them. He goes downstairs. He comes back a minute later. He goes, I can't, your cabin's flooded. I got shocked. The water's electrified. I'm like, soldier, you can do it. He's like, you're right. What was I thinking? He takes off his shoes. He goes down. He comes back with a bag of 100 Quaaludes and third-degree burns on his feet. Okay? We go up to the top deck. Okay? They lower a commando down. He has a spear gun, and he actually spears the top deck, rappels down. Okay? Now the order of exit off the boat is women guests first, women crew members second, male guests third, male crew members fourth, captain last. Logical, right? First person off the boat, my wife, the owner's wife. She was a mother of 2, right? Second person off the boat was another woman who had a baby. Third person off the boat is supposed to be a woman, but one of my friends who's on the boat, he panics and he pushes the woman over the side and he jumps. You see it's amazing to see him. He jumps and I look at my friend Rob, I'm like, we have to kill him the rest of his life. We can abuse him about this moment. This is the best thing ever, okay? I wrote about in the book. The guy hates me. So anyway, if you see things on the internet, Jordan is a douchebag. You know it's from that guy.
You know it's from that guy.
Okay, so the internet's powerful. So anyway, so they rescue us. The captain goes down with the ship. They pluck him out of the water. They end up landing us on an aircraft carrier, and they're very nice. The Italians are the best people to rescue because when they rescue, they want to feed you. So next thing I know, we're eating prosciutto and melon, drinking red wine. I take 2 more ludes, and I'm dancing with the Italian Navy. I pass out again. I wake up now. I'm in Sardinia. They take us to Sardinia, it's a beautiful hotel, and they made a big deal over it. They, very nice. And we spent 10 days in Sardinia. I had to buy everybody clothes again. Wife's now on round 2. She had no clothes again. I had to buy everybody clothes. We spent 10 days in Sardinia. On the last night, now mind you have a private jet, right, which was in France. It was in Charles de Gaulle Airport. And it was flying. That morning, it was cheaper to keep it in Charles de Gaulle. It's going to pick us up in Sardinia, right? So the night before, I'm like, do we really want to ship all this? Do we really want to take all this stuff back? Customs is going to be a nightmare. Let's just ship it all back DHL. Reasonable idea. So we all boxed up all our clothes, no clothes now. We just have toothpaste and underwear, right? Ship it all out. We go to the airport. Now the thing about a private jet, you've been on private jets, you said, they're there waiting for you. The whole beauty of a private jet is when you get there, it's there. We get to the airport, no private jet. I'm like, what the hell? So we're waiting for like a half hour, and the worst part of all is the drugs were gone. So there was no reason to be in a foreign country anymore, right? So I'm waiting for this, an hour and a half, no jet. Finally, some little midget comes scampering up there. A midget was in the airport, right? And he's like, he was an Italian, Sardinian midget, and he came up working for me. It's true, okay? And he's like, Mr. Belfort? I'm like, yeah, he goes, plane crash. I'm like, what? My yacht and my plane gone in 10 days. Can you imagine the plane crashed, taking off out of Orly Airport?
Wow.
Charles de Gaulle, a seagull flew in the engine. Plane went down. The pilots lived. So now I have lost a plane and a boat. You think I would have taken this as a sign that I should calm down and change my course, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't because I was addicted to drugs. In fact, I ended up trying to commit suicide a year later after overdosing on massive quantities of cocaine.
And this is what interests me, and I was saying this to you before the show, is that my father committed suicide. And that my real interest is what makes people shift. How do you go one way? I remember reading in a book of Dennis Rodman, the basketball player for Chicago Bulls, that he was sitting in the cab of his truck and he had the gun in his mouth ready to actually kill himself, and a voice said, "Don't kill this Dennis, kill the other Dennis," meaning kill the Dennis that is the one that you don't want to be, the one that is causing the stress, and be the real you. Just be real you. And that changed my life, reading that. What was it that has helped you go from, money laundering, the drugs, the prostitution, all of that stuff, to then being put in jail.
Yeah.
And then serving time, coming out, and being able to just, because we all tell limiting stories. We all have these limiting beliefs of, oh, I did this, and we hold ourselves back.
Yeah, of course.
You have a lot that could have held you back.
Yeah.
And yet you managed to reconcile. My understanding is you have, is it I don't know how to pronounce it. What is it? Where you
Yeah, I paid a lot of it back, and I still pay money back. But I'll tell you what it was for me, just so you know. And everybody's different, okay? When I came out of jail, I had so many limiting beliefs about what I could do with my life, after making the mistakes that I made. And here's the thing about your past. And once you can, if there's one thing that your viewers, if there's one thing that you can actually get from all this, one distinction, it's that no matter what happened to you in your past, you are not your past. You are the resources and capabilities you glean from it. You are not your past. You are the resources and capabilities you glean from it. And that is the basis for all change. Because the worse your life is, if you've survived the worst of the worst, if you've made the biggest mistakes and are still breathing, then you can learn from that, and that builds muscle. How do you build, when you go to the gym to build muscles in your arms, what do? You don't push against lightweight. You got to push against extraordinary weight to get to failure.
Yeah.
And that's why you learn more from failure. You go stronger from failure than from success. Ask any successful person, and they will tell you they failed 5 or 10 times.
Yeah.
The more crap in your life that you've survived, if you're willing to just reverse the angle, to look at things from a slightly different angle, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And you will find so much power, so much passion, and so much internal fortitude from your past if you have a destination, meaning a vision, something you truly believe in, that you desire, not a goal. Goals are like buzzwords for failure. Every asshole has a goal, and they're mostly full of crap.
Yeah.
Now, you need goals, but it's not enough, because goals get abandoned, but the vision remains. If you have a vision, and you want to look at your beliefs as resources, and you need that as strategy, and here's the key, a strategy for success. In that book, I came up with the most effective persuasion strategy in the history of Wall Street. It's still used by many of the big firms today. All the cold calls use all the scripts and the straight line system. It's what I teach in seminars, but I teach people how to use this as a force for good. That's one of the when I give a seminar, the first thing I say is this. Some of the things I'm saying right now is rule number one. There's some stuff I'm going to say, it's very manipulative. It'll allow you to take people's money for bad reasons, to get people to buy things they shouldn't buy. And if you do that, you might make some money in the short term, but you will end up broke, morally bankrupt, spiritually bankrupt, and hopefully in jail. However, if you use the skills, the persuasion, as a force for good, to help people break through barriers, to overcome fears and limitations and obstacles, to take action instead of thinking about taking action, then you will make more money than you dream possible and live a life of such passion and glory at the highest level.
Yeah.
That's what this is about. And when I show people, and it's an ABC, 1 through 3, paint by number, step by step, move by move system that any monkey, it's like literally any kid could do, a baby could do it. That's how simple it is. And when you do that, everyone's like, oh my God, I never realized how simple that is. And that gives them the extra belief to go forward. So my goal is this. When I meet someone, I hit them. You can't hit them from 3 ways. It's 4. If one of them is missing, it doesn't work. You can have all the vision you want. You can have empowering beliefs. You can manage your state to a razor's edge. If you've got a bad strategy, you're still going to fail.
Agreed. Okay?
But if you have all 4 things and you're even mildly good at them, you can't help but succeed. Yep. Now, it's not, I'm a big believer, there's only one way to get rich quick. There's only one way to get rich, quick. One way, quick. However, what takes a long time is to get everything lined up to get to the point when you get rich quick.
Yeah.
So it's not like a get rich quick scheme, you got to get rich overnight, but when it's a lot of work and a lot of pieces of the puzzle, when those pieces are in place, the money just rolls in and freedom rolls out.
Yeah.
And that's what true success is about. You ever see Jerry Maguire? I'm sure you have, right?
Yeah, I love the film.
Remember the Quan?
Yes.
That's what I give to people. I show people how to obtain their Quan. And it's real simple. Simple as that.
So where are you at now?